Before Prince Vegeta ever existed, there was King Vegeta. He was a proud Saiyan, one of the strongest in his race. He was one of the first Saiyans that led the Saiyan race and gave them the hope and the dreams and the power that they have now. The origin of King Vegeta is one that was based on leadership and him throwing away everything that he has for his race. The origin of King Vegeta starts after the destruction of the Saiyan's first planet Sadala, where at that planet there was a civil war and the planet was destroyed and the rest of the Saiyans migrated to a different planet. At that time, the Saiyans weren't the dominant species on their planet. The ones that were dominant are the Tuffles. The Saiyans weren't like how we know them. They didn't have the technology. They weren't an advanced species. So the Tuffles, they were a lot fewer than the Saiyans, but they were way smarter than them, and they were keeping the Saiyans OP. The Saiyans lived outside the cities. They weren't as close to the Tuffles, and they weren't living in that great of an environment. Out of all of the Saiyans, there was one guy that saw the living hell that the Saiyans are living and wanted to change that and wanted the Saiyans to conquer that planet and make that planet their own. And that someone was King Vegeta. He wasn't like all of the Saiyans. He was smarter, stronger, and he had a sense of leadership. Even the Tuffles knew that, and they acknowledged the genius that King Vegeta had. Because of that, King Vegeta started a war against the Tuffles. His goal was to take over the planet and get rid of all of the Tuffles. And the civil war was long, it lasted 10 years. But with the leadership of King Vegeta, the Saiyans conquered the planet and made it their own. Because of what King Vegeta did, the planet was named after him and was called Planet Vegeta. After they conquered the planet, King Vegeta went to train. He was one of the first beings that trained in the demon realm. He trained there and came back. And when he came back, he was a lot stronger and he started conquering planets. But one day, the Saiyan race met Frieza. The Saiyans weren't as strong as Frieza. At first, they didn't want to work for him, but since they are not stronger, they can't do anything against him. They agreed to work for him. And King Vegeta was the one that made the deal with him. Also, there was a part of that deal that every son that King Vegeta has will go to Frieza. He will become one of Frieza's henchmen. When King Vegeta met his wife and they had a kid, and he called him Vegeta, that kid became one that worked for Frieza. That's why we always see him in Frieza's spaceship, always on missions. When King Vegeta had his second kid, Tarpel, he sent him away because of how weak he was and because he didn't want Frieza to have him. The Saiyans worked for Frieza for many years, but one day King Vegeta realized something. After everything that the Saiyans did for Frieza, there isn't any more that they can do for him. Frieza's use of the Saiyans has come to an end, and he knew that Frieza doesn't want them anymore. He won't let them go that easily. Because of that, King Vegeta planned an avenge on Frieza. So King Vegeta went to battle Frieza with his elite scouts. When he got there, they didn't want to fight with him. They were scared. So King Vegeta went one-on-one on Frieza, and Frieza was way stronger than him. Because of that, he faced his demise at that point. And Frieza killed everyone that went with King Vegeta. Every Saiyan met his demise at that point, and Frieza got rid of all of them except the few ones that managed to escape. After King Vegeta has met his demise, the Saiyans lived on, and we never heard of him till one point when Goku was fighting Frieza and he was about to lose. Then he had a vision of King Vegeta where he said, "I dreamed, I yearned to be the one to avenge us, yet he pattered and broke me just as he did the others." And he urged Goku not to give up. He urged him to be the one that avenged all the Saiyan race, and Goku lived to that promise. He was the first Saiyan that made Frieza realize that he's not the strongest anymore. Made Frieza realize that a Saiyan, a monkey like he said, is the one that made him lose and embarrassed him. The origin and the story of King Vegeta is one that was based on pride, just like his son Vegeta. He has a lot of pride towards the Saiyans. We now know why is that. We now know that it's because of his father, King Vegeta. He was the one that freed the Saiyans from the Tuffles, and he was the one that led them to victory over and over again. And most importantly, he was the one that made them who they were back then. Even though he made some mistakes, even though he took over planets, he did all of that, but it wasn't for nothing. He did all of that because of his race, because he wanted the Saiyans to flourish more and more. That's why everything that he did, everything that he has done was for the benefit of the Saiyans. And that's what Vegeta is doing now. Everything that he's doing now is because of his father, is influenced by him. He helped Kappa, a Saiyan that he has never met, made him go Super Saiyan because he has that in him, like his father King Vegeta, to always help the Saiyan race and make them better than what they are now. That was the origin of Vegeta's father, King Vegeta. Saying that, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.